And welcome here for Tallahassee Reckoning kickoff here today. An exciting matchup here for you today. I'm Trenton Young alongside with my main man, Andrew Jupe. Trenton Young bringing you the action here today. The Reckoning once again upon us, Trent. I'm so excited. The women have been out of town for it seems like a couple weeks, but really it's only been about a week, my man. A couple journeys out on the road, but excited to have them back and ready to get it back going. There's nothing like a beautiful evening of soccer out here at the Gene, so we're glad to be bringing it to you here, people at home. Who we have on the table? What gets you excited about the matchup here tonight?
Yeah, so tonight we've got Swan City FC. They're coming to us out of Lakeland, Florida, and they're only just one spot ahead of us in the table currently. They're in fifth. They currently have -1 in the goal differential. We're in sixth. We've got -12 in the goal differential. Had a couple tough games over the last couple of weeks, but hey, this Reckoning team is undefeated at home. So we'll see if they can keep that streak going tonight.
Hey, there you go. Absolutely. Get it rocking and rolling, of course, early in the season. So started it off hot with the big victory. And so we're hoping, like you said, Trent, to go ahead and get another one of those. As we transition here, of course, this is the Walk-On Sports Bistro pregame. Don't get it twisted. Get into walk-ons here, of course, proud provider of the action here tonight for the Tallahassee Reckoning among the other great sponsors. And Trent, I know you want to talk about here the people that we have going on, but first we got to get to our people at Walk-Ons because they stepped up. They say, hey, you know what we love? We love the Tallahassee Reckoning. And so we're going to be the title sponsor to present the action here tonight, both in the stadium and on the live stream. So happy to bring that action here for you today. Thank you to Walk-Ons, of course, and as a special treat, Trent, not just a sponsorship, what are you doing tomorrow for lunch?
Potentially going to walk-ons, watch a little soccer.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. At noon, walk-ons, Capital Circle Northeast, watch party, meet the Tallahassee Reckoning players, little meet and greet, right? Also, you can watch two of the best professional clubs in women's soccer as Barca takes on Lyon in the Champions League final going down tomorrow afternoon. So walk-ons, they say, come on down, Tallahassee Reckoning, bring your people, and let's have a great watch party out there. So thank you to walk-ons and all of our participating sponsors here tonight. So we want to honor them. Of course, you got to start with WAGS, a nonprofit leader empowering women and girls to reach their goals using soccer as a platform since 1964. It's been quite some time. Proud Impact sponsor of the Tallahassee Reckoning. Honored to be a part of the journey for the USLW going forward here today.
We also have Grover Creative. From concept to campaign, Grover Creative helps turn your business ideas into impact. Want to learn how to take your business to new heights with creative strategies, marketing tactics, web design, social media techniques, and digital solutions? Visit grova.com.
Absolutely. Let's keep on going. Of course, Nickel Management, the Strategic Management Authority, the top dog, specializing in women's sports with a client-centric philosophy, providing sustainable solutions for maximum impact. And Trent, of course, you can't play every game at home, as we know. So when the Reckoning do go on the road, who are they going to partner up with, Trent?
Astro Travel, Jupe. Astro Travel has been offering Tallahassee charter bus services for over 50 years. Experience the Astro Travel and Tours difference. Safe, friendly, and reliable service every single stinking time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, anytime that you get together on the pitch, you got to have a nice-looking kit, and that's what Hummel is in the equation for. They are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning. With over 100 years of experience in outfitting athletes, they're excited to once again be providing the players and fans of Tallahassee with a unique set of jerseys and team wear this season. A community through kits is kind of their motto as they build a jersey that's so much more than just a piece of fabric. Make sure to share those photos of you rocking your Hummel Tallahassee Reckoning gear. Tag at Hummel USA to be featured on the Hummel social media channels.
And up next, we've got FSU Coach. FSU Coach is the interdisciplinary center for athletic coaching at Florida State University. We train coaches through our 100% online masters in athletic coaching, as well as offering free education through our podcast and newsletter. Learn more at fsu-coach.fsu.edu.
And Trent, of course, you can't talk about games without talking about practice. And, of course, shout out to Holy Comforter here, the official training field partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning, welcoming an inclusive private school in Tallahassee for children pre-K through 8th grade.
And we've got the Tallahassee Reckoning summer camps up next.
Ooh.
Attention, soccer players. Sign up for the Tallahassee Reckoning Summer Soccer Camp. This is your chance to have some fun with the future professionals of the game and with the coaches who have trained, developed, and drafted professional players. Camp starts Monday, June 24th. Learn more and sign up at tlhreckoning.com/2024-summer-camp.
Absolutely, rocking and rolling. And, of course, last but not least, we're going to thank Roosters Storage Trailers. Thank you for sponsoring all the fun elements and activities off the field at tonight's game and help create a one-of-a-kind experience. So, Trent, I don't know if you were down there. Well, I know you had to walk right by them. There's inflatables. It's got, like, Velcro, like dart throwing, and there's a lot of cool stuff going down there in the complex. So, of course, if you're in town and you're watching this, what are you doing? Get down here to the south side. There's still time to catch some good action. There's a lot of family-friendly entertainment. There's a lot of food and beverages down here. You can get in, get what you need, get fed, feed the family, watch some soccer, and have an absolute fantastic evening here today. Thanks to the Tallahassee Reckoning and their fantastic community sponsors here tonight, Trent. So really exciting stuff. So, of course, shout out, as always, to the community partners, because realistically, you can't have a true community club without the community, Trent. You know, if you had a club and you just came in here and tried to roll on through without any support or without any love and effort from the community, and that's a short-term fix you got going on. You see it in lower leagues all the time, but I think Tallahassee knows how to embrace lower league soccer, and it's great for this pre-professional team here in the USLW to get rocking and rolling, Trent, as once again, Reckoning getting ready for a showcase here at the Gene tonight, bringing in Swan City. So, of course, we got a little bit of middle-of-the-table matchup here going on, Trent. Like you said, here is what we have going on today. So, of course, Reckoning with the hot start over Brook City, but tough Jacksonville squad who seems to be looking pretty good, Trent. And then, of course, going down to South Florida. So Reckoning a little two-game skid, but looking to bounce back here and hoping for a big one at home. Because like you said, that first game that they played here versus Brookhouse, team looked ready to be rocking and rolling. There are some changes here, Trent, but let's talk about recent form for these squads.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we talk about that game that we played against Florida Elite. They're not number one in the Southeast Division. They're number one in the entire USLW.
All of 80 teams.
Out of 80
across
qualified
the
teams.
nation.
Yes.
Across the nation.
Number one. So they're no joke. We lost to them 4-0, but, I mean, realistically, that's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had a little tougher day out. Last week we played Tampa, lost to them 10-0, so that's where that minus 12 goal differential really comes in. So that was really tough, but Tampa Bay also one of the best teams in this conference. They've got 4 points currently. Yeah,
reigning division champs actually are Tampa United coming in here, so they are definitely a big deal for you getting it going. So we'll get to the picture a little later of what the playoffs and all that good stuff is looking like. But they have the starting lineups going. Players on the field, Trent, as you can see, right there. So let's get to these starting lineups. So, of course, Swan City, we're just getting these in here. So we have the Reckoning starting lineups here from last week that we can give to you. And we will update these throughout the game to honor our guests here from Swan City. But we'll give a Reckoning shout out from the starters from our last game here, Trent, as you can see. The squad. Here your starters for the Reckoning. We have Jessica Shield-Kraut here, number 4. Number 5, Layla Thompson. Paige Churchill, Charlotte Reynolds, Autumn Woodard, Abby Griffin getting the start tonight, Trent. Madeline Musgrove, Rachel Sullivan, Sasha Manders also getting the start. McKenna Schwartzman back from injury.
Yep.
And, of course, Trent in goal. Saki Sachia, the new goalkeeper here this evening, should provide some very exciting play here. Lily Dennis, fantastic work here early in the season as she went and got rocking and rolling. But changing of the guard here between the pipes for the Reckoning.
Potentially. So that's a battle that we talked about early in the season, who was going to be this team's goalkeeper. So we'll get to see tonight Saki's audition and if she can hold on to that job, or if it's going to go back to Lily Dennis, who played phenomenal. At least that first week. Had a tough go at it the last couple of weeks, but you can't blame all 14 goals there on the goalkeeper.
So, of course, we'll see what we have here going on for you this evening, but really excited to see what Sachia can do from Tyler Junior College. Going to be a rising sophomore, got some big playing time, is just a freshman. So I'm going to be excited, of course. Really solid year, 30 saves, 10 starts as just a freshman in her season at Tyler Junior College. So we shall see as we have a little presentation of colors here from Cairo High School, JROTC will bring us in. So Trent and I will go ahead and step aside. We'll allow for some silence. We'll pick up the PA announcer and the national anthem here for the next couple minutes. So we're going to take a brief talking break, I guess you could say. All right, and there you go. National anthem off and away. Thank you to the Cairo High School JROTC. As you can see there, the teams on the field, Trent, exchanging courtesies, of course, with the referees here today. Who do we have calling the game here today, Trent?
Today we will have Douglas Hancock, Ethan O'Hearn, and Liam Womack.
Of course, the captains kind of cycle through here, so a little bit of a different look here for the reckoning. Of course, we're going to go 4-3-3, which is pretty similar. But, Trent, interesting to see Churchill's going to drop off the top line and come back into the midfield here. Of course, Churchill, the Tallahassee woman here for the reckoning. So it's going to be Manders, Musgrove, Woodard up top. Of course, in midfield is going to be Shieldkraut, Churchill, Reynolds, and then left to right, Schwartzman, Sullivan, Griffin, Thompson. The back four, Trent. Any initial thoughts here once you see the little switch up of the formation?
I'm just excited to see Paige on the ball in the midfield. We're used to her receiving the ball in the attacking third, but now she's going to be dribbling with the ball into the attacking third and setting up those front three. So that's going to be really exciting to see, I think, hopefully. And just love seeing McKenna Schwartzman back out there after injury.
Absolutely, yeah. So Schwartzman is back. That's great to see. Yeah, I totally agree, Trent. You know, you got a rock star. You know, you put the rock star at the front of the stage during the performance. You know, you want everybody to see, I think in a similar vein for the soccer team, get her as many touches as possible because the success is largely, obviously, a huge team sport, right? But when you have those electric players, you're looking for those moments of flashes of brilliance. You know, we had 2 or 3 kind of that opening week game against Brookhouse, and you saw a couple goals go in the net, right? So just the opportunity to get her going. And then I love to kind of free up a Woodard. Woodard now coming down to the right side, kind of utilizing her abilities out here on the wing. And I'm interested to see how Manders does, of course, coming in from TU, how that factors into the equation. Also, we were wondering, good to see Griffin get the start here today. Griffin's been putting in some fantastic minutes here. And Abby Griffin, of course, from Childs, ready to take care of business.
And we saw her play center back in that first game, match day 1 against Brookhouse, and looks like she's deployed as a traditional right back tonight. We'll see if that changes or if that's going to be the shape she holds for the rest of the game.
So be excited to see. Of course, we're getting the starters here, like we said, from Swan City a little late. It's going to be Banks, Saldana, Novak, Lucci, Linton, Llanos, Cacique, Duffy, Aguilar, Lemond, Norwood. The lineup here for Swan City. Of course, Popovich, the head coach, and of course, Seabury, Booth, Kidwell, Payne, Morrison, Rodriguez, Riviera, the substitutes here for the visitors. And we are off and away here for the Gene. It's match day 4 for the Reckoning. A little bit of a 2-game skid going here early. Can they recover and get things off going here? This young team kind of harnessing that growth. See what they can grow into here is a little bit of a different look. New goalkeeper in Suchia and a couple other new positional changes. It'll be exciting as instantly they want to get Suchia here in the action, passing it back through her and try to build out of the back.
Always good to warm the goalkeeper up early in the game with a few passes on the ground and not a few shots.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ease into it. You got to keep them. You got to keep them active every now and then, Trent. You don't want them to kind of come out of nowhere and get the assault here. As a stumble of footing there, but regained well as Sullivan's able to cycle it out. Tried to be locked back in here for the visitors from Swan City. So, of course, Swan City is wearing the blue. They're going to be going from right to left here in the opening half. Of course, your Reckoning are wearing those clean Hummel pink uniforms with the dark shorts here this evening for what is a beautiful Friday night here in the capital city, the Sunshine State, Trent.
Absolutely, Jupe. And number 16, Taylor Duffy for Swan City. She's the woman to watch tonight. She had a hat trick in the last match that Swan City played on Tuesday. She's going to be one to watch early and often tonight.
Of course, like we said, both these teams sitting at 5 and 6 in the table, both with 3 points, one each with 1 point per match. It's just a goal differential factor right now. It's cleared up over the top, trying to hit Musgrove here on the advance play. So Musgrove is going to be that middle forward here. We're in 29. Of course, from Blackshear, Georgia, currently playing at Thomas University.
You know anybody from Blackshear?
Not particularly.
Stetson Bennett? My cousin Ben?
There you go. As this one's kind of played out to the perimeter and out for a throw in here for Swan City. On a sunny night after a little overcast afternoon. Nice little agitation. There's Thompson. Tried to thread it through. Good advancing play ball here for the Reckoning. See if they can get on top of it. Mander's going to give chase. And unable to get around it, but good little build-up. And Thompson making some creations here as it looks like they have a little bit of a formational shift as they were going to have Thompson on the outside, but Thompson's back kind of in the central. She's going to operate as that kind of left center defender, it looks like. They may be keying Thompson up here on the front line and try to get this matchup down here with Duffy. Trent, they're giving a lot of attention to number 16 in the middle of the park here.
Yeah, they certainly must have done their homework because it definitely seems like Layla's really sinking in. And like you said, they're double or even it almost looks like triple teaming her.
So spilled out of play here. It's going to be a throw-in for Swan City. They'll get us resumed over on the far side here just 4 minutes in. Of course, the action tonight presented by Walk On Sports Bistro. Tomorrow, you got to go check out Champions League final, Barcelona. Going at it, meet some Reckoning players. Should be a fun old time up there on the northeast side of town. A little back and forth here. Some body collision. There's Duffy once again. And, of course, over here on the outside, Griffin. You know, Griffin is not going to shy away from any contact from what we've seen here so far this season. Of course, a college prospect up at Childs here currently. Whereas 28 for the Timberwolves as well, Trent. You got to love it when you go a step up and you're able to keep your uniform number.
It's usually not quite the story. Doesn't often work out that way. You usually got to earn it after a couple seasons.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Abby Griffin here with a throw on the near side. Musgrove brings it down, plays it to Woodard. Woodard loses possession here in the midfield. Ball dropped back to the Swan City back line, played out wide. Ball cycled back into the midfield. Back to the back line, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Number 13, Grayson Linton. Taylor Duffy with a massive touch there, not quite able to keep it in. Autumn Woodard, big throw over top. So that Schildkraut off the crossbar. Tracked down by Manders, who's able to win the throw. Incredible shot there from Schildkraut. Ball thrown into her. She tries to have a quick turn. Good save there by the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Banks having to come in here. I say let's test the keeper, Trent. Nothing easy down here at the Gene.
Schildkraut was trying, man. Off the crossbar. Almost got the early one.
Good signs here from the early attack from the Reckoning. Thompson going to play it back to Sachia. Get the back line here, some touches. Sullivan over the top. And that's what I think this change of formation is going to change here, Trent. I believe the Reckoning are going to go a little less direct than they have than from what you see earlier in the season. Played out to the perimeter here, looking for a centering ball. Swan City initially met. There by TSC. Good clearance here by Sullivan. Sullivan, new entry into the lineup here, but from what I can see, like the aggressiveness, attacking it, and that's what you need from your center back here, Trent. Going and getting it. Corner kick coming here from the backside. Going to go back close. Sullivan's able to get ahead to and get it out of danger. Woodard with a full stream trying to clear out here for the Reckoning. Here, of course, Tallahassee trying to take care of business initially. Headed onward here by Thompson. It looks to be offside. They caught Carolina Lucci. Trying to cheat on that one a little bit. Trent, I know school's out here in Leon County, but we're still watching for cheaters, Trent. And no more offsides here.
Lucci, she scored on Tuesday as well against Brookhouse, so another dangerous attacker in the box.
Absolutely. I think Brookhouse got a big win the other day, too, so it looks like the table is going to be a little kind of topsy-turvy for some of this league. Of course, I think they took down Palm City, who had beaten them pretty soundly the first time around, so they circled back. Must have got some reinforcements or watched some tape and completely changed things up here. But it's going to be a very difficult as we look forward to. Hopefully we'll get to it maybe at the halftime break. We'll kind of want to start to paint maybe a little playoff picture. But as these two divisions interact in the Southern Conference, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be tough for a lot of these squads here in the Southeastern Division that the Reckoning are a part of. Churchill drops it back to Thompson, all the way back to Sachia. With a clearance over the top for Woodard. Great little layoff by Autumn. He's going to cycle back here to Banks. So some early action from both keepers here, Trent. So both of them, aren't getting out the recliner here. They're going to need to be involved for both of these squads so far, and what you would expect from a middle-of-the-table matchup between two teams only differentiated by tiebreakers even so early in this season. Nice aggressiveness there, but recovered well here by Schwartzman. Able to initially clear the danger, but I believe it was Grace Linton with a little bit of individual prowess there, Trent. Of course, it'll be a throw-in here for the visitors on the far side. They're in all blue. Tried to get it into traffic here, but stepped in front well. Goal kick here for the Reckoning. As you can see, you got some new signage over there at the Nest, Trent. Of course, I love the embraced visualization and an unpacking of the Raven, which, of course, is on the crest, Trent.
We got a little information on that, don't we?
Ominous Raven, absolutely. Often underrated, but a lot of strength, fearlessness, empowerment within the Raven, all part of the undertone here of what the Reckoning are trying to do, empowering young women both on and off the field. And so far, it's been a fantastic venture early in the lifespan here of the Reckoning on their maiden voyage.
Had a little reserve scrimmage game earlier, getting the reserves involved.
Absolutely. Of course, academy play this spring, too. It's been really fun to watch the blossoming of this young franchise and what Dr. Fontes, Coach Wilson, and the rest of the gang are doing here around the city to make some great opportunity and, frankly, quite overdue here on the women's game, Trent. This one squared over to Woodard, try to get a through ball, and there's a nice underlapping run from Churchill. And how about your wing back getting out here and trying to get a clearance as Griffin getting up in an attacking position.
Just about a half a stride too late, getting to the ball. Great effort there, tracking all the way down the field from Abby Griffin.
Mm-hmm. But I like the component. That's something that we would not have seen without Churchill in that kind of central midfield positioning as kind of the facilitator there in the middle. You'll love the track back here from Woodard. Great vision from her. Of course, highly experienced collegiate players. This one's a little dangerous here for the Reckoning. Thompson able to get the initial clearance. And the pride of UNF giving chase over to the far side. Secondary clearance from Reynolds. And the former Charles teammates are able to handle the danger here from the visitors.
Great stuff. Able to see the ball all the way almost to midfield. Sasha Manders almost tracked it down. A lot of hustle out of this Reckoning team tonight, Jupe.
Absolutely. But I think both of these teams kind of showcasing, hey, we can go on the counterattack pretty quickly. And it doesn't take a lot of buildup to make that happen. Help here from Thompson once again, coming in and handling the danger. Clearance. Tried to get out of the defending third, but locked in here by the visitors. Threaded out through by Cacique. Centering ball. Thompson's there again. Partial clearance. It's still in the box, though. Danger's not away here for the Reckoning. Oh, a little workaround for Thompson. Steady hand in a nervy situation there by Thompson.
Great composure there. I know I wouldn't have been able to stay composed in that situation.
Woo!
That's tough because at some point you probably just want to foul the defender and just get the play over with. So
that's
good
the thing.
honor.
That's the thing. That's why UNF had to have her come out east, Trent.
Yep.
They say, we like what you did at Charles and elsewhere. We got to have that over on the First Coast. Throw in coming here from the near side from Griffin to get us rolling again. Over the top, try to be flicked on here by Musgrove, then Reynolds. Put it in attacking position, looking for Churchill. This one's going to be headed around. Nice little movement there as we have, looks like some contact. Here, a little push in the back. I think they're going to ding Lucci for this one, number 12 here for the visitors. As the Reckoning will roll it forward here. Of course, Thompson will take the free kick, had a fantastic delivery, which led to the first goal here in franchise history at the USLW level, Trent. Beautiful ball over to Churchill. She was able to get up under it, buried it clinically, as she has all year over at Flagler in just her freshman year. Overlapping run here from Swan City. It's going to be onside, met well by Sullivan. Oh, great challenge there by Griffin. Got ball. But the big swing taking down Novak, number 11 for Swan City. And I guess the referee didn't like that.
And with a challenge like that, you wouldn't think that Abby Griffin is the youngest player out there right now on this roster. But
there you go. That's the thing. The future is bright. The future is bright here in Tallahassee for the Reckoning and for the Charles Timberwolves, really.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm hoping to unpack more a little later today as Woodard tried to get the long ball looking for Musgrove. Of course, Woodard most recently a grad student at Gardner-Webb, but has played 5 years of collegiate ball, Trent.
Little USF action.
Yeah, USF as well. Louisiana Tech.
Yep.
Very well-rounded. And it's crazy to say at this level, but she's the elder stateswoman here of this squad at just 23. But it is a super young program.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get a hold of the metrics for the rest of the league, but there can't be a younger team than TSC.
Oh, there's no way.
In the league. There cannot. And that's all part of the youth movement and the building of the Tallahassee soccer product and just getting some fantastic young women both on and off the soccer field, which I know, even talking to just a couple of them that we have here with the squad.
I mean, probably 70-80% of the roster alone is either in high school or hasn't even started high school yet. So
Yeah. Of course, we have somebody on the active 18 that falls into that mix over the top. Big rip near side, and that's the dangerous scorer here, Naomi Cacique. I believe she had one earlier this season, if I'm not mistaken, Trent, in one of the previous matchups for Swan City.
I believe that was last Saturday against Miami AC. Yeah, Naomi Kasike.
Yeah, their lone goal. Because Miami Athletic Club, they are, I believe, 4th here in the table. So, of course, getting the big win. It's going to be an interesting affair. Jacksonville, Florida Elite is looking pretty dangerous. Palm City's looking pretty dangerous. But also, Brookhouse just took down Palm City. So, is Brookhouse back? Where's Palm City? Swan City seems pretty good. They picked up a couple big victories, or a big victory here. So, we're really starting to understand this league a little bit, Trent.
Duffy knew she was offside. Wisely takes herself out of the play.
But I think the nucleus of that conversation, the point we're trying to drive home is all of these games are going to be tough.
For sure.
And there's no gimmies in the conference. And I think you saw that illustrated with Brookhouse the other day as a takeaway here from Swan City, trying to go over the top. 2 reckoning players collide, Sullivan and Thompson. They look to be okay here. Looks just like a body collision. Those are the dangerous ones, Trent. When you start talking about concussion and player safety, is usually the friendly fire with the team. Is the unexpected ones are the ones that get you. A little bit of a hold up here, free kick. Kasike wants to go quick, try to get it out on the perimeter. Here to Aguilar. Try to go back post there, looking for Lucci.
A little too much mustard on the hot dog there.
There you go. Hot dogs down available at the concession stand. Part of the fan package is actually part of the preferred fan meal package here of your Reckoning faithful.
I know we got some pizza slices. I'm going to go grab at halftime.
There you go. Of course, check out TLH Reckoning on Instagram. They do a great job of giving you the updated menu pregame. Nice little give and go here on the perimeter. Jumpstart opportunity here for some offense. Manders putting in some work. Swan City will get it back initially, but great pressure in order to win that one back.
14 to outside back here for Swan City. Very, very strong and confident on the ball.
True. Centering ball here for the Reckoning, looking for Woodard. A little long, but she's able to track it back. Well done by Woodard. Should be out on Swan City and is. Yep. Throw in, going for the Reckoning quick to Churchill. Some contact from Novak. And it's a last touch by Novak. So a little Reckoning corner kick coming here. An opportunity for the hometown team to get a crack at goal here, Trent. Got to capitalize on these set plays.
Huge. I mean, even if you don't get a goal, you just want to have a nice goal-scoring chance, really get into the mentals of the Swan City team.
Long ball going back post. Over the top was Woodard's corner. 5 Reckoning in the box, 2 on the top. So 7 attacking players in a, quote, dangerous position. So it is very clear that the Reckoning are going to try to showcase and utilize those set play opportunities to try to capitalize here on the visitors from Central Florida. Tried to thread through traffic and play through the lines. Great line here held by the Reckoning offside. Beautifully done here.
Great.
Griffin, Thompson, Sullivan, Schwartzman. Little golf clap there, Trent, because I saw it. They locked it down at the 40. They all just threaded it right through, up and down. Boom, the whole attacking line. No matter who they played it to, all 3 players were off for Swan City. Beautifully done.
And that's always one of the toughest things to do in this game because you've got to trust that everyone's going to hold their exact position and not buy it, and they did.
That's a beauty. A good back line is like you think of an offensive line in football, Trent, as maybe not all our viewers are football fans, but just one of those position groups. You just need chemistry, you need consistency, and you just got to have a good feel for each other. Some good consistency here, and it looks early, the Reckoning doing great on that. Kasike tried to trip it over the top here to Lucci. And so far, we're about, as this one gets threaded through to traffic, Sullivan on top of this one. As I was going to say, we're about a 1/5 of the way through this game, in between a 1/5 and a 1/4 of the way. But really haven't talked about Taylor Duffy at all, which I think is a benefit to some of the changes that the Reckoning have done and done a really good job of putting her on lockdown.
I was going to say, and that's certainly for the best. We don't want to be talking about her from a Reckoning perspective.
Right, absolutely.
But, we talked early in the game on the cohesion of this back line, seeing a few changes back there, and it looks like this is their 10th, 15th match played together.
Finding a groove here as both teams trying to still feel out this match. It's kind of got still that process, that first date feel I like to think about. You know, you got the jitters, you're trying to, there's a little cat and mouse being played here. You can tell there's some anxiousness, and this is middle of the table a matchup, so you think about it big picture, right? If you want to get a move towards the next season, these are, and both teams I think feel this way, this is a team you have to beat.
And it's still early on in the season, but I mean, this is a very pivotal game, like you said, for momentum. Go ahead and get 3 points here, and that could really catapult the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure, but you talk about 12 matches. This is match day 4. After tonight, we're a third of the way done.
Yep.
This one gets played back from Churchill, and the Reckoning will look to regain shape here. Suchia. Talk about calm and composed from Thompson. How calm is Suchia back at goal, Trent? Just a collegiate freshman.
Pretty calm to be playing 30 yards offline. I love that.
Total control, like a surgeon's hand. Thompson tries to thread it through on the ground here to Woodard. Drops it on back to Thompson. Centering ball here to Reynolds.
Oof.
Nice little pullback. Overlapping run to the perimeter to Schwartzman. Left-footed touch, able to thread it through. Here's Shieldkraut. Tries to get it through up to the front line. It's Manders. And it's saved offsides here on Manders. So close for the Dunstable England native.
And Shar was begging for the 1-2 back to her. She had the vision. She had her hands up. She wanted that. Just a natural playmaker with great vision, Charlotte Reynolds.
But how about the direction of play? So we were all the way down here near side with Woodard, and we were able to kind of get through the entire formation and up to the front line, obviously offside, right? But just the flow of the game, it's a lot more calculated on the ground. It seems like the Reckoning, not that they were reckless in the first couple games, but, when you play, it's a risky situation. Playing direct, you either burn or get burned.
Yep.
There's really no two ways to kind of chalk it up, but it seems like this more on the ground, controlled, knock it around style of play seems to be suiting them here for Swan City.
And it doesn't seem to be by accident, Jupe. It seems like this has been the game plan. That's why Churchill's in the center of the pitch. She's kind of the support, the cushion that everybody can rely on to kind of filter the ball all throughout the entire pitch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's Churchill. There you go. Spoke it into existence, Trent.
And look at where she is. I mean, she's just 5 yards off the back line.
There you go. An agency to move around, too, in this role, which I think is important. Yeah. Woodard onside, little too much heat on that pass. It'll be thrown back to the visitors.
She's got some of the dogs out wide doing the dirty work for her.
Yeah, I was going to say Manders and Woodard really kind of attacking those wings. I've loved those play from the front line here.
Shieldkraut and Charlotte Reynolds in the midfield also doing quite a bit. Right on cue.
Woodard going in for the header. Here giving chase to Saldana. This one's out of play. Into the grandstands, down the ramp there over on the far side. So, of course, the 4th match day, but the 3rd match at home, Trent. So it's been fantastic for the fans to start out this franchise. We have a lot of home games, but a lot of games on the road for the back half of the season. Service going into the box. Swan City on top of it and instantly into a counterattack with Aguiar. Tried to thread it through. Looks like onside still here for Duffy. Oh, look at Thompson with the shield. And it looks like they will call a late offside. And so they will kind of pull this one back. Thompson and Sullivan have been giving Duffy the business here tonight, Trent.
Dude, and Thompson is playing like 4 weight classes above her weight right now. I mean, she's just killing it back there. Pound for pound, just absolutely holding it down on that back line. Not surrendering any quarter.
Not giving any inch. But, I mean, yeah, if you're familiar with Thompson, that's par for the course here. So that's what I'm hoping for Thompson's case is I'm hoping her coaches tune in and give her a little more playing time, give her a little more go at UNF. I mean, she can be a big-time player. We saw that at Childs, and even in the matchups against Churchill, we saw kind of those battles during the All-Star game that the soccer club TSC put on here for the guys and the girls. We saw that a couple years ago and how fantastic Thompson was here in those matches, and just need a little more showcase, but that's part of it, right? Sometimes you got to go in there and grind it out a little bit more, and maybe she wants a little more.
Didn't get to play a ton this past season at UNF, her freshman year. So she's certainly looking to get some minutes, get into form here, take that step forward in her sophomore year. And I'm sure she will. They put on any of these reckoning games, buddy.
There you go.
We saw her play a little outside back. She's holding it down as center back this game.
And that's the versatility, especially the college game, and it's tough to find a true defender, and Thompson is every bit of a true defender's defender there. Just want to try to be clear, but a little bit of an awkward situation for the visitors. They just have to desperation dump it out of play here, and Woodard will take the throw in. It looks like local news team's in the house. Shout out WCTV, giving some exposure to this program here. Excited to see the highlights on the news tonight. Great ball going on the back. Oof. A little too much here for Manders. She'll give chase, and this one's going to be off the visitors from Swan City. Manders wants to go quickly, gets it in play. Schwartzman's coming up from the back line. Oh, Manders able to trap it in. Beautifully done. Centering ball, looking for Musgrove. Had to clear it off the back line. Secondary shot, Reynolds with a rip, and a great offensive sequence there for the reckoning. 2 to 3 quality chances here for the good team.
And that's why we got Charlotte Reynolds in the midfield, man. She's not afraid to rip him from 20, 30, 40 yards out. And that's her first one tonight, but I have a feeling we're going to see another one or two out of her.
Absolutely. Of course, Reynolds, a rising junior, played 1,247 minutes for Childs as just a sophomore.
No big
Trent.
deal.
Woo!
That's insane. Childs varsity, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as a sophomore.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Played as a freshman for varsity. Started the season on JV, Trent. Got 4 games into the season. Coach said, nah.
We've seen enough.
Said, nah, we need her for varsity. And they pulled her up, played 10 games as a freshman. Varsity, 461 minutes there for the Timberwolves. And that's no joke of a program, Trent.
Oh, no. I mean, they perennial state champions.
State championship contenders, absolutely. Centering ball here. Thompson cleans that one up. Talk about another Childs player. And Thompson.
There's plenty of them.
There you go. Of course, they lost. They lost in the playoffs to Ponte Vedra. Ponte Vedra was the eventual state champion. Trent. Good team out there over in 6A classification.
That's the kind of team you want to get beat by, right?
I mean, if you're going to
you
lose,
have to.
it's just like, well, we lost the champion. There's nothing we could do. It's ball on frame. Nasty header here for the visitors, and that one will go through. Tough to see the number there going through here for Swan City, but 31st minute, they take the advantage.
It's like 18.
There's 16. Duffy's 16. They're, according to their roster, 18's on the bench. Middle of the park.
13, forgive me.
Okay. So it was Grace Linton. 31st minute, and Swan City takes the advantage.
Little water break here.
Of course, the 3rd consecutive match that Swan City has scored a goal here in Trent after their opening one coming up scoreless to Palm City.
And that's a tough one to give up, especially right before water break. But
yeah.
Great execution there from Swan City. Very well done on the header. Powered home near post.
Took advantage, set plays, right? The defense to the point, we talked about how the Reckoning have been playing fantastic defense in open play. So Swan City throws some numbers forward, say, hey, we got a chance to go after this. Go ahead and go get it. So, of course, just want to throw a reminder here while we got a little break. This is what the table looks like here, matchup between 5th and 6th here in the table. So we talked about in reference of what the kind of playoff picture. So we understand the franchise. We're talking about so much more than just success on the field, Trent, here with this Reckoning establishment, this franchise. There's a lot going on in a good way off the soccer field about building, empowering young women here in the Tallahassee community, both from near and far. But anyways, for this perspective, 1 to 2 teams from this division are going to go to the playoffs. Only 1 to 2.
You got a graphic for me?
Yeah. So, of course, this is what the Southern Conference looks like. So you can see the Southeast Division all the way on the left. That's where the Reckoning are, Tampa is, Swan City, Miami, all these teams, right? And so the divisional champ will go from each of these. But between the South Central and the Southeastern Division, there's only 1-2 seed that's going to punch through. So that, of course, will come on a points per match basis. And so like we talked about, here is the Heartland Division that we were talking about, or the South Central that they're going to get paired up with. See, the match is a little top-heavy. You see the bottom half of the league, so these teams have higher points per match totals, and so I think it's going to be difficult for someone from the Southeast to get that 2 seed in. So there could potentially only be one team in what is an absolutely loaded conference here in the state of Florida, Trent, to go through and kind of punch through for this postseason, as it looks like we're resuming action here for the water break. And, of course, being realistic as we look through a lens of context, right? This is match day 4. And so we still got a long way to potentially talking about playoff situations. But, for the people at home, this is a new venture, and lower league soccer is very confusing on a number of different fronts, Trent.
You can say that again, Jew. But, at least we forget this is the Reckoning's first season. So, there are going to be some growing pains inevitably, whether that be on the field or off the field. So, we'll just look for them to kind of see where they're at halfway through the season, at the end of the season. And, I can only help but think that they'll be a better team next season no matter what.
Absolutely. Building. Like we talked about, so much youth on this team and just trying to build these young women here for better careers, both soccer-wise and otherwise, and just better lives in general.
Well, and think about all the game experience that they're going to be getting. So a lot of these girls, like we've said, are still in high school. They're going up against Florida Elite, the number 1 team out of 80 in the nation, So that's incredible experience that they're not going to get in high school, that they're not going to get playing for the club team.
Absolutely. Or you have the opportunity to be coached by an Olympic gold medalist in Coach Wilson. You're playing alongside a 5-year collegiate player.
National champion.
And, of course, on the other side on the field with Woodard as well. But, yeah, you talk about Wilson back at her UNC, back in the heyday of UNC. Back when they were talking about perennial champions, my goodness.
When she was building that house, man.
There you go. This one gets dropped in. Now Florida State's living in that house in the women's game, taking over the ACC since then.
Collegiately, but the Reckoning are going to
there you go.
own that house.
Knocking on that door. This one's cascaded out of play there. Touch from Schwartzman. Looks like it clipped a Swan City player, so it'll be a Reckoning throw-in over on the far side here. 33rd minute of action. So with stoppage time, we're about 1/3 of the way there, Trent. Visitors with a goal off a set piece, finding the forehead of Grace Linton. We had a little water break. And so that's basically the match recap here. Not a hot and steamy day on the last day of school here on Leon County. The county of the capital city, the Sunshine State. Sending it over the top. Gets to the 6-yard box. Width-wise, about 10 yards out. Too much here for the visitors. Try to dump it back in play, but Sachia on top of it.
And even though Swan City has the early goal, I mean, this is really anyone's game, Juve. It's been pretty 50-50. Honestly, if anything, I'd say up until that goal, Reckoning had the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly can't count them out only a third of the way through the match. Plenty of opportunities to be had still.
Absolutely. Soccer is a cruel game sometimes, Trent.
Oof, let me say that again.
This one punched out. Thompson will look to recover. But that's the thing. Capitalize on set pieces can change the whole landscape of a game, and that's what the visitors are now here in all blue. Reynolds with some positioning. Look at the box out. Well done. There for the rising junior.
It's not always about who plays the best game or the prettiest game. It's about who capitalizes on their chances the most, right?
Absolutely. And that's why soccer, although it is cruel, can be a beautiful lesson for life, Trent.
Emphasis on the cruel, though.
It's good pursuit here by Griffin. Staying in position, centering ball. Grazed off the post. Put back Suchia up to the task there. Crazy sequence where it kind of flailed out. I didn't think it was going to make contact with the frame. Somehow hit the post and then presented a very dangerous situation.
Yeah.
But Suchia, great positioning.
Bounces off the post straight to Lucci. She was ready to score her second goal, but a very firm, strong hand from Suchia.
Absolutely. Centering ball. It's going to get to the 6. Met well by Suchia. Cleared out here by Sullivan. See if the Reckoning can backtrack this one. Woodard trying to get to the second ball and does. Oof. Turf. It gets out there quick, Trent. Maybe on natural grass that one would have stayed in, but slides out of play here right about midfield and cycle back here to the back line. Norwood back to Banks and around the horn here for the visitors from Central Florida. This game's kind of got a soft approach to it ever since the goal. Gotten a little quiet here at the Gene. Usually a boisterous atmosphere here, Trent.
Well, I have a feeling if the Reckoning get a goal, these people start singing a different tune.
Hey, we got to give some support here to the squad. Great plays without a goal so far here tonight, especially that back line. Back line has been strong because of a number of formational switch-ups, and you wanted to know, this one's a centering ball, dangerous. You wanted to know coming out of the last couple matches, a tough 4-0 defeat to Florida Elite, tough 10-0 defeat on the road down at the reigning divisional champions. So the top dog, what people assumed coming into the season. You know, some tough stuff for the Reckoning. How would they respond? But, Trent, I'm positive about what I've seen here tonight. Obviously, the goal unfortunate, but largely, like we said, gameplay solid here from the Reckoning.
And like you said, it's still early on in this match, and they've got plenty to show. But, you know, this Swan City team, they just beat Brookhouse 5-2 the other day. So, you know, they can give up some goals. And we beat Brookhouse 2-0. So I definitely think that it's really just a matter of time before the Reckoning get one back and square this thing up.
Absolutely. It's part of the mentality, tenacity, teamwork, discipline, all core values here of the Reckoning franchise. So we're excited to see that kind of shine through. Here comes Woodard. Great run, peeling in from the outside. Centering ball, just a couple yards off frame. But just some nice run, or a good run, and some aggressiveness from Woodard, and that turned it into a chance here for the Reckoning.
Great ball over top. Great effort from Woodard to track that down. That wasn't her ball. She won that ball back.
Absolutely.
Plays a great ball. Unfortunately, there was just nobody there back post. Great idea. I don't think anyone on the Reckoning, I know I wasn't prepared for that ball. That came out of nowhere. But Woodard did an incredible job.
And that's what you get out of a crafty vet, right? We talk about the 5-year collegiate player. Of course, battling through some injuries as the visitors have a little attacking opportunity here over the top. Shieldkraut and the Reckoning able to recover, but the visitors trap it in on this half of the field as they look to cycle things around. pass it about on the back line a little bit, but some good pressure here in the middle of the park for the Reckoning, making them earn it. Tried to turn out of it was Cacique and does. Little miscommunication from Lemond and the wing player out there for Swan City. So to be out for Reckoning goal kick.
Swan City seems to be turning up the heat a little bit. Playing a little more directly now.
Thompson thread this through here into the midfield. Over the top. Skill got beautiful ball. Looking for Manders. Full stride. Looking for Musgrove in the center of the park. Shield crowd will let this one go out of play. So opportunity for a Reckoning throw in. Manders with a little control. Dropping it back. And they say out of play. They're over on the far side. Haven't really seen much from Manders. What do you think of the play here from Sasha so far here tonight, Trent?
A lot of really good effort. The ball hasn't found its way to her a whole lot. She's had to track it down, played a lot of good defense. Great stuff right there. Look at this.
There we go. Musgrave, an opportunity on the loose ball. And it'll make Banks come out and get this one. But to your point, some great pressure being put on here by Manders.
I know that hurts. She's stretching her back out a little bit. Had to wear that one, but great stuff there. Talking about the ball not finding her. Right on cue.
She said, I'm going to go get it. Yeah. I'm not worried about the ball finding me. It's mine. Shield Kraut. Also talk about a vet with some experience. Coming in from the State College of New Jersey, Piscataway. More commonly known as Rutgers. Threading this one through, looking for Woodard. Taken away by the visitors. Tried to go with some direct play. Schwartzman in the area and a little too heavy. But it'll be out for a Reckoning throw-in over on the far side. Here as we get into that last corridor, trying about 5 minutes and stoppage time to go here in the opening half of play on a Friday night in the capital city. Last day of school here for the public schools. Some graduations going on. I meant to check. We may have a couple players in the Reckoning family that are graduating tomorrow, as the big dogs, Childs and Lincoln, hosting their graduation ceremonies down at the Florida State University Civic Center downtown. Great pursuit there by Churchill. Squares it off to Shield Crowd on the outside, looking for Manders. Good thought, but read well by the visitors. Threaded through Schwartzman. Some physical contact there. And the AR didn't have to think long or hard about that one.
Flag came straight up on that one, and that'll be the first yellow of the night.
Oh, so yellow here over on the far side on Schwartzman.
Miss McKenna.
So good to see her back in the action, though. Of course, getting injured, I believe, in the first maiden voyage versus Brickhouse.
Yep. She was playing an excellent game, too. It was very tough to watch her go out. That's when Abby came in, Abby Griffin.
Speaks to the depth. Schwartzman, another Thomas University connection there.
We got plenty of them.
Any guess where Schwartzman went to high school, Trent?
Childs.
Yep. There you go. The Timberwolf lineage is strong.
There's a few from Lincoln.
True. That is true.
Couple Leon.
Towering ball is going to go right at Tsuchiya. It's a tough one to handle, but she's able to get the secondary ball well. Good job by Saki to collect that one. Tries to get this shape up. Send the team forward here. Just a couple minutes. And is that a handball or?
That's.
It looks to be a handball, but I think threatening play there. So Duffy's going to get tagged up on that one. And that'll be a yellow card in the book. One aside. One for Schwartzman, one for Duffy.
You get a card. You get a card. Hey, man, we just need her to get one more.
True. True.
We'll be doing all right for this second half.
43rd minute. Just before the halftime break. Tsuchiya going to get us rocking and rolling.
Jokes aside, though, if there was anyone that we would want to be on a yellow currently for Swan City, it would be Duffy.
There you go. Nice service. Big leg for Sachia. Really first time that she showcased it. Nice ball from Shield Kraut. Trying to find Musgrove. This one's out of play, but a dangerous positioning here for the Reckoning. And still a couple minutes to work with here in this positioning. Tried to hit Manders in the middle of the park there. Did Shield Kraut. The Rutgers to TU connection.
I was going to say, if Woodard's not throwing it in, they must be throwing it to her because she's got one of the best throws on the team.
Good control here by Shield Kraut, and looks to be slipped away here from the visitors. So it'll be once again a Reckoning throw. 45th minute of action, creeping up on halftime. Would be huge if the Reckoning could get a goal here right before the break to level this one out, as Aguiar tried to get out and run with it on the counter, but a little too much. Looking for Skill Kraut. Great save by Woodard to keep this one in. Churchill then to a touch. Shield Kraut and a late call, they'll say, out of play here. But how about that whip around the country right there? Gardner-Webb on over to Flagler, on over to Rutgers right there.
Whoa.
With a little flavor of Louisiana Tech and South Florida also kind of sprinkled over the top. Here comes Woodard. Nice advancing play. That's going to be a Reckoning corner. Really well done here on the attacking side.
Out of nothing. Great effort there from Autumn. She was not going to be denied. That was her ball. This is her goal-scoring chance, and we get a corner out of it.
Absolutely. Key contribution. We saw them really put numbers forward here early in the match. We saw how set plays are big. Delivery, it's a quick one. Looking for Churchill in the middle. Danger's not gone yet. Sullivan getting a touch to a shot on frame. Banks had to save it not once but twice. But a beautiful rip from the center back, making a strong right-footed delivery, and that's what you want to see from an attacking position here from the Reckoning.
And what a shame that doesn't go in. She's probably been the MVP, I would say, of this first half so far from the Reckoning. Really has her hands all over this match.
Oh, yeah.
But still, let's not take anything away from how great of an effort and great of a shot that was.
What a wild tumble there as Schwartzman shielding a defender. The ball gets caught up in between her legs and rolls back towards the middle of the field. Both players going to the ground. That was a wild battle there between Lucci and Schwartzman. How about that? That's what you get with an experienced defender, as this one will be the halftime whistle here. And send us to the break here, Swan City with the 1-0 advantage, as the visitors getting a goal by way of the forehead of Grace Linton in the 31st minute of action here. So it'll take us to the break as we get rocking and rolling here. Andrew Duke, Trenton Young, Joe Ward, James Ward bringing you the action here tonight. Reckoning versus Swan City, 5th in the table versus 6th in the table. Visitors with the early advantage. And Trent, we want to have a message, of course, as tonight's match title sponsor. Here is Walk-Ons. Of course, Walk-Ons has got something special going on here tomorrow. Trent, am I mistaken in that?
You are not. That would be the Meet, Mix, and Mingle put on by your Tallahassee Reckoning. So the Reckoning players and coaches will be there Saturday, May 25th at 12 p.m. at Walk-Ons, as they host the watch party of the best 2 professional clubs in women's soccer. Barcelona will be taking on Olympique Lyonnais in the Champions League final. Again, that is tomorrow, Saturday, May 25th, 12 p.m. at Walk-Ons Sports Bistro.
And then, of course, we got some action coming here from Roysters Storage and Trailers. Thank you for sponsoring all the fun elements and activities off the field at tonight's game. Help creating a one-of-a-kind experience. Of course, some fun stuff going on there, really embellishing and putting extra icing on that family-friendly atmosphere down here for the Reckoning.
And least we forget, we've got WAGS, who is a nonprofit leader in empowering women and girls to reach their goals using soccer as our platform since 1974. WAGS is a proud impact sponsor of the Tallahassee Reckoning. We are honored to be a part of this journey in the USLW League with this team. Least we forget, Grover Creative. From concept to campaign, Grover Creative helps turn your business ideas into impact. Want to learn how to take your business to new heights with creative strategies, marketing tactics, web design, social media techniques, and digital solutions? Visit grova.com. Also, we have Nikau Management, who is the strategic management authority specializing in women's sports with a client-centric philosophy, providing sustainable solutions for maximum impact. Also, can't forget Astro Travel. Astro Travel has been offering Tallahassee charter bus services for over 50 years. Experience the Astro Travel and tours difference. Safe, friendly, and reliable service every time. We've also got Hummel. Hummel is proud to be the official apparel partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning. With over 100 years of experience in outfitting athletes, we're excited to once again be providing the players and fans of Tallahassee with a unique set of jerseys and teamwear this season. A jersey is so much more than just a piece of fabric. It's how we drive our motto of building community through kits. Share your photos of you rocking your Hummel Tallahassee Reckoning gear and tag at Hummel USA to be featured on the Hummel social media channels. We also have FSU Coach. FSU Coach is the interdisciplinary center for athletic coaching at Florida State University. We train coaches through our 100% online masters in athletic coaching, as well as offering free education through our podcast and newsletter. Learn more at fsu-coach.fsu.edu. Also want to give a big shout out to Holy Comforter Episcopal. Holy Comforter Episcopal is the official training field partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning and my nephew Dodger. Holy Comforter is a welcoming and inclusive private school in Tallahassee for children pre-K through 8th grade. And last but not least, we have the Tallahassee Reckoning Summer Camps. Attention, you soccer players, sign up for Tallahassee Reckoning Summer Soccer Camp. This is your chance to have some fun with the future professionals of the game and with coaches who have trained, developed, and drafted professional players. Camp starts Monday, June 24th. Learn more and sign up at TallahasseeReckoning.com/2024-summer-camp. Tallahassee Reckoning would like to thank all of our proud sponsors. We could not do this without you. Thank you so very much. Coming up at the break, we have Hannah Hassel and Lulu Watkins. Some exclusive interviews coming up for you on the home of the Tallahassee Reckoning. We'll be right back after this brief message.
All right, so welcome back here to the Reckoning Live. I'm joined with a couple celebrities from the Reckoning franchise here, of course. Hannah Hassel. Is it Hassel?
Yes.
Hassel and Lulu Watkins. And we got the side of the field, so you can see Hannah's in the middle. Lulu's on the far side. So welcome aboard, gang. Of course, we'll start with you, Hannah, just because you're closer to me right here.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for the people, obviously within the Reckoning franchise, but we want to get to know you a little bit.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm from Tallahassee, and I've been playing soccer since I was 3, and I go to Childs, and yeah. Your turn.
Hi, I'm Lulu, and I'm from Thomasville, Georgia, which is like 30 minutes away from here. And I've been playing soccer since 6th grade.
Okay.
That is impressive.
And you're obviously enjoying this media experience, right?
Yes.
I see a lot of smiles.
It's something different, but yeah.
A lot of laughter. Something unique that the Reckoning brings to the table, right?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So tell me about each of your kind of Reckoning experiences. Like, what's been the best part of it for you so far, Hannah?
The best part for me is obviously we get new coaches who are really experienced, and that's good, but also meeting people from everywhere. Like, we have people from Brazil, so that's really cool, and like all over America. So it's cool to meet a lot of new people.
Super cool. Yeah, what about you, Lulu?
It's really cool because the coaches are so good, at coaching, and like they really want you to improve. They have so much knowledge about the game, and they have no problem with pulling you aside and saying like things that you need to work on and how to imply like during the game. So it's always really cool to hear what they have to say.
Super cool. Super
Thank you.
cool. So first half, unfortunately down 1-0, right?
Right.
But gameplay seemed to be pretty solid. What do you think, Lulu? What's your big takeaway from the first half?
I thought that we did a really good job of like keeping the pace really high and playing fast. And I thought that the intensity was there. It's just we got one goal scored on us, but that's okay. We can come back in the second half.
Set plays will get you sometimes, right? Very cool. What would you, Hannah? What'd you think?
I think they're doing really good at keeping possession and switching the field a lot, and they've had a couple opportunities. They just need to make more and finish them, but I would say, like, besides their one set piece and a couple times they've got behind the line, I think it's pretty even.
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely. So how about a shout out? Let's give a shout out to a player or two. Who do you
Okay.
think did really well, or who you like, man, they're getting after it today?
Shout out Rachel Sullivan.
Rochelle!
First game on the, I think it's her first one.
She's
been
her first game
injured.
back. She's been
She's
injured.
She's crushing it, doing
Yes.
very good.
It's like she never left.
yeah.
And then I'd also say Saki, our goalkeeper, she's had some really good saves, and there's been a lot of like times where there's a lot of pressure, and she's like managed it really nice.
yeah. And everyone else.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone's
job,
keeping the
everyone.
intensity really high.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know the Reckoning huge on just kind of generally as a franchise and kind of so much more off the field as well. Really big on empowerment. What is something that you have felt, I guess, kind of empowered or really kind of supported by the Reckoning that you'd love in your experience? Lulu, I guess we'll start with you.
One thing that I've really loved about my experience is just how much like the coaches, all of them care about our own individual like development, and how they really want our soccer career to like be the best it can be and personalized to what we want and what we envision, and like making our dreams come true in that kind of way.
Super cool. What about you, Hannah?
I agree with that. All the coaches like genuinely care, because like sometimes they'll have a coach who's like just kind of there.
Yeah, just
But
wants to win.
but the coaches are so good, and like obviously all of us want to play like soccer at a high level, and they're all like dedicated to help us do that, and we have like pathways, so it's really good.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, for the people who don't know, where are you in your soccer journey? We know you're at Childs, but what year are you? What's kind of the next stage, or what are some things that you're kind of looking forward to?
I'm a sophomore, so probably just recruiting for college, I guess, and ID camps and like getting seen and all that kind of stuff.
It's the exact same for me. I'm also a sophomore. And recruiting and ID camps and stuff like that.
Super cool. So from Thomasville, right? Where are you going to school right now?
I go to Brookwood School. It's like right outside of Thomasville.
Super cool. Super cool. How did the season go for you all up there, Brookwood?
I actually don't play Brookwood soccer because Georgia soccer is right in the middle of the spring, and that's right when all this is going on. So I used to play it, but then I started doing this, and I didn't have any time for it.
Okay, gotcha. Full conversion to the reckoning here. Super
Yes.
cool. And Hannah, obviously up at Charles.
Yeah.
Made the playoffs.
Yeah.
How was the season overall for you up there on the north side?
As a team, we did good. It was interesting.
As seasons usually are.
Yeah, as I would
got
say,
its
the
ups and downs.
the players were like committed, and it was very good. That's it.
There you go. Obviously, the storytelling ending can only happen for a couple of teams, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you all lost in the second round, but to the eventual state champs, so
Yeah, so it's not that bad.
Can
I
kinda
mean,
live with that.
everybody else.
I mean, if
Okay.
you're going to lose the state champs.
Yeah.
super true, super true. So, of course, looking forward, what are each of you looking to get out of this summer, I guess, or what are some, I guess, kind of short-term goals for you all?
For this summer, for me, mostly just like personal development. Obviously, we're on the reserves team, but
Yeah.
some people can get pulled up to the W League, so that would be really cool. But I wouldn't say that's my overall goal, just mostly improving on all my weaknesses so I can be ready for fall like showcase season.
Awesome.
I would say the same for me because I have talked to the coaches a couple times on some things I need to work on. Because, like, when you're at, like, a high level, like, you can never really be satisfied. There's always something that you can work on. And I'm trying to incorporate those into the game and, like, just work on them outside of practice as well to improve, like, my individual self. Because, like, as a result, it improves, like, the team's playing too. So.
Absolutely. Super cool. Really well said. Really well said. So
Thank
last
you. Good
one.
job.
You guys are doing great, by the
Thank
way.
you.
I know you were nervous, and there was a lot of kind of anxiety kind of coming in. It felt like, from my perspective, but I think you guys are doing great.
Thanks.
So let's offer a little perspective.
Okay.
Because so you're in a high-profile position, being in the franchise. So whether you kind of realize it or not, I don't know if that's kind of been communicated or you guys kind of see that. But there's a lot of young people. Tallahassee's kind of a slept-on soccer area, and I say Tallahassee like Greater Tallahassee, so South
Right.
Georgia, North Florida.
Definitely.
We're buddies across the border.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to the young people out there, maybe future Reckoning players, or if you were kind of speaking to yourself, maybe like 6, 7, 8 years ago?
I would say do it because it's a really good opportunity. Like when I was younger, all we kind of had, like if we wanted to play at a really high level, was traveling to play ECNL or something. So this is such a good opportunity to be in Tallahassee and still get like really good training, really good games. So do it.
Yeah. I would say like the same thing, but also I would say once you get to this level and like be grateful that you're like in it and just like don't back down because it's really easy to back down when you're facing adversity, but at this level it's really good and like during practices and stuff when you're making mistakes because that means like you're getting outside of your comfort zone and that's how you become like a better soccer player and come to like another level of soccer.
Okay, super cool. Really well said. Really well said. Well done, well done. So I said that was the last one. So you all both played this afternoon, right?
Yes.
I didn't. I have shin splints currently.
Okay.
So I did.
So nursing the injury, Hannah. Yeah, saw you
Yes.
out there.
I watched.
How'd it go today? How was the squad?
It was good. Definitely, I think we did pretty good for like. We're starting.
You're
Like,
good. You're good. You're good.
For like our first game all together, obviously there's stuff that we can grow and improve on, but I think we did good first game, of the summer, so it was good.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Hannah, for taking your time. Fantastic job.
No problem.
And it was great to meet you. Really
You
well
too.
done.
Nice
really
to
well
meet you
done. Thanks
too.
for joining us, Nolan. Back here again in the booth. Don't escape it. But once again, Hannah Hassel, Lulu Watkins. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's hot in here. It's hot.
There you go. So, of course, a couple Reckoning debuts going forward here for today as we get the second half of action rocking and rolling. As we try to get everything updated here, of course, the fantastic insight from people within the organization, of course, your Tallahassee Reckoning players. And so that's the thing. We talk about all the opportunities that's presented to these players. We get a little halftime, little media training there, Trent. Of course, hey, let's get a little practice interviews here. Get going for some of the players who played this afternoon and are enjoying the game here tonight.
We get a little practice. They get a little practice interviewing. Everybody's happy. So we've got our second half underway for the Reckoning versus Swan City. Still 1-0, Swan City leading. Sasha Manders able to get the ball near side. Cut down. But the ref's going to say that's a clean challenge. I would agree. It's tough. Hate to see that for Sasha. Great run there from her. It's going to be a punt here. It looks like we've got Kendall Sadberry subbed in. She's playing a little left back. We saw her playing left wing as an attacker match day 1 here against Brookhouse. So we're going to have her as our left back here, it looks like, for the second half, but I'm sure we'll see her push up her fair share as the match continues. Right on cue. Great slide there from Kendall.
There you go.
Oh. Looks like we've got another substitution. Jordan Land is in. Looks like she's in for Madeline Musgrove. Clean switch there.
So Land's going up top. Big 4-0 right there in the middle of the park. And, of course, like you said, Sadberry, who we've seen on the back line, on the front line, everywhere. She's going to be falling into that left back position. It looks like coming in, like you said, Trent, for Schwartzman.
I'm going to take over or under 4.5 overlaps with her and Sasha Manders. I'm taking the over.
I'll take the over, too.
Should
Of course,
set it higher.
Sadberry coming into the match here, Trent. Second goal scorer ever in franchise history. Maybe exciting to learn for some, as we have a little bit of offensive spell here for the visitors, trying to go back against play, but great pressure defensively there by Griffin, as we're looking to continue our thought now that we once again have a break, Trent. So scored the second ever Reckoning goal here in franchise history. Trent, but interesting of where she's going to school at the current moment.
Yeah, do we know yet?
We do.
Oh, okay. Where? Tell me it's Childs.
Well, she just finished at Deer Lake Middle School.
Yes.
As an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Scored a USLW goal as an 8th grader, Trent. So since school has ended as of today, and it's unofficial, but Deer Lake is in the Childs zone, Trent.
Of course. Of course. I mean, if there's ever a player that looks like they could fit in at Childs, you'd say it's Kendall Sadberry.
Absolutely. Of course, they might,
Boom.
with Sadberry, they might have a shot at Ponte Vedra this year, Trent. I know I'm rooting for the Timberwolves out there. Of course, when they play any of our out-of-area teams. Because, you know, you still got Lincoln Trojans. You got some big dogs in here in town. It's tough when our local teams go against each other, you know. It's like a couple sisters fighting back at the house. His Dennis is also a new substitute into the match here, Trent. Coming in for Sachia.
Quick throw out to Kendall there, trying to utilize Kendall's speed, and Kendall definitely had the edge. They had to foul her to stop the attack.
So, of course, we know Dennis can ball, Trent. Number 99. Of course, playing on the FSU club team.
And, you know, we talked about that at the beginning of the match. If Sachia was going to hold on to that position, you know, for the rest of the game, for the rest of the season. So maybe just putting in somebody new, somebody fresh into goal for the second half. We know that that is not a determining factor for the rest of the season.
Over the top here, looking for Manders. He's been active here. Yeah, Dennis, just a freshman over at FSU. Local product, Trent. Any guess on high school?
I'm going to Go Lincoln.
Yes.
Oh!
Nice changeup. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, senior season was that 22-23 season. Happened to be playing with number 7 out here, Churchill. That was a fun Lincoln squad. Over the top here on the clearance.
Great pressure there from Land. Able to force the miscue there with the goalkeeper in the back line.
Absolutely. So, a couple minutes gone here. By a couple, I mean 6. As the Reckoning regain here in minute 52. Sadberry with some pressure on for Swan City. And so we have Sadberry, like we said, coming in at left back for Schwartzman. Back in goal, Dennis is in for Sachia. And up top, Land is in for Musgrove. Of course, changes almost at every level.
Good play in the midfield. Ooh, let's have a rip.
Ooh, almost.
Off the football crossbar, but they didn't call it.
Yep.
Holy cow. They said play on.
They say play on, keep it going.
That was crazy.
Little goal kick here. And we talked about how lower league soccer can be interesting, Trent. That's an illustration right there.
Who had that rip? Was that Charlotte? Was that Paige?
It happened so fast, I honestly missed it. Could have been Jordan Land. That was a long distance take. We've seen a couple of them. You know what? Thinking stylistically, it's probably Reynolds. Saw her take one.
I mean, if you had to guess, right?
Yeah. Aggressive.
Bet money's on Char.
Yeah. We know she's got the leg for it.
I hope it wasn't her, though, because then that would be like the 4th time in the last 2 home matches she's hit the football crossbar.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that was Paige.
Good win there by Sadberry. Clears it out of danger here. She's got the task of going against Carolina Lucci.
Goal scorer in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Seems to be the more dangerous position here for Swan City is out here on this right wing, which is near side here for the second half. Visitors, of course, wearing our blue, going left to right here in this half. And, of course, your Reckoning in the pink with the dark shorts going right to left in half number 2. South to north geographically. Threaded on the outside. Sadberry wanted to touch.
You got to think that's why they brought Kendall in, right? To just kind of be a thorn in the side of that attack through the right wing.
And you're still trying out. I mean, because realistically, still early in the season,
Sure.
a lot of these players trying to establish chemistry, you know, just trying to see some fits. That's why I think Dennis is in. You know, Sachia, great half. Nothing that she did to get pulled, so I wouldn't see it as a pull there. You're just trying to get combinations, and the keeper gets slid in there as well. Kind of similar to hockey. You know, you see a lot of rotations here on the hockey front. Similar effort, same thing up top. Hey, let's throw Land up there, see how she does. Of course, Land, they're at Webster University, forward there. A Texas native coming over here to Tallahassee. To Reynolds, we get through the midfield, squares it off here to Churchill. She had a jump step there. She gets chopped down in between that Rickards Raiders and Leon Lions loco in the LCS center circle here. Proudly acknowledging all of our big 5 public schools here in the capital city. Of course, the embodying county of Leon. Sullivan will look to serve. At least from our halftime guest, Hannah Hassel and Lulu Watkins, Sullivan was their kind of player MVP of the first half, as it were, Trent. So that seems they were in agreement with you on that.
I'm glad someone was.
Service over the top, going to the box. Churchill in the area. Second ball. Sadberry able to land. Oh, left foot gets on target, but it's offside as the putback just outside as well. Great attacking spell from the Reckoning just 10 minutes into this first half, and you love that one.
We talked about getting the crowd involved. Crowd able to recognize that was a great chance, even though it was offside.
Let's go, crowd.
So hopefully they can come alive, show some support here in the second half.
I
We
mean,
sure need it.
Yeah, the Rec are out there getting after it, man. It's like, come on now. Maybe they need to start serving coffee or espresso, maybe espresso shots. Maybe passing around some Mountain Dews.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
I might have to start throwing some out for the booth.
I would love that.
I don't know if the heads of the organization will be cool with that. We'll have to run it by him. See what we can do.
It's just Mountain Dews, baby.
Good pressure here. Take away from Churchill. Tried to thread it through. Flag stays down. Manders, full sprint. Oh, just a couple feet off of it.
Man.
Out for a goal kick. So close.
Hate that for her because she's just been working all night long. Kicks the ball against the fence in frustration. She's going to have her moment here. If she doesn't get subbed off, I don't know. She's been emptying the tank on a lot of these.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can run the high press at an aggressive rate, but for how long without a payoff, you know? A goal is such a jolt to the arm. That was a little perk there. Sadberry in an absolute battle here near side with Lucci. Little hold-up play here going from Duffy. Tries to link up. Sadberry prevails. Clears it out of danger. Whoa, into the bench. For the Reckoning. Of course, already used 3 subs. Still have 4 more to go for it if they elect to do so. Of course, you got Reese, Fontes Comer. You've got Diaz. You've got Rihanna Moore. You've got Tollefson. Some action going here. Woodard centering ball, looking for land. Oof. That was almost a long road trip down I-10. The Jacksonville native to the native Texan in the middle. As Churchill drops this one off out to the perimeter. Griffin with some direct service. Looking there for Shield Kraut. Churchill tries to get it to the perimeter. Sadberry fought off here from the visiting defense. Llanos on it for Swan City. This one's partially deflected, but the visitors try to dump it back in play here for the long ball. Sadberry in a battle with Lucci once again. It's been an entertaining second half matchup here, the opening 13, 14 minutes of this half, Trent.
We saw McKenna Sportsman in plenty of duels in the first half, so I think they just kind of wanted to get some fresh legs in there.
Oh, yeah.
And we know Kendall's a dog.
Absolutely.
Makes you think, you know, what position is she really naturally? Is she a natural winger? Is she a left back? Because she's playing incredible defense now, but we haven't seen this side of her yet.
I wish soccer had this kind of notation, but being in this realm, Trent, of kind of local broadcasting, you see oftentimes football players have an ATH notation next to their name.
Yep.
It's no position. It's just short for athlete. That means they can just ball out anywhere on the field is kind of on the table. And I feel like Sadberry needs an ATH indication next to her name.
Or a DWG.
Yeah. Yeah, DOG. Okay, we got the 4-3-2-1. The 1 is kind of a floating dog position. Going after it. Dennis playing out of the back on the ground here. To the right back, Griffin. Over to Sullivan.
All jokes aside, though, I feel like you could put Kendall anywhere on the pitch, and that would be her job, just floating dog.
That's kind of a role. Did a lot for Deer Lake Middle. So, of course, 8 regular season matches at Deer Lake, 2 playoff matches. They, of course, won the county championship.
She, of course, won like every award possible.
Yeah, of their 10 matches, they mercied rule 7 of those
dude.
10. They didn't allow a goal all season.
Just insane. But again, that doesn't answer my question. I don't know where they were using her at. You know, is she
Everywhere.
on the defense locking them down, or is she commanding so much pressure offensively? But yeah, you're right. Everywhere. D, all the above.
As it goes all the way down the line, somehow stays in. Good pressure by Land. Here comes Churchill, and the press is on. Taken away, beautifully done by the Reckoning as a squad. Manders trying to stay on side. Shieldkraut threads it through to Churchill. Nice little bit of control. Gets it through. Land. Oh, they call her offside. That was very, very close. Yeah, looked like just about a half a body length. I think it's a good goal, unfortunately. She made the jump and then tried to stop, and then the second one. As we have an injured player here for Swan City, but a good jump, some progress. You see it, the high press, right? Getting some opportunities, but it's draining. Running the high press is draining. So unless we're going to get some fresh people in here, just from a mentality and a energy standpoint, there's got to be some payoff. And the Reckoning feel like they're so close right now, Trent.
And then you see Paige in that center mid position distributing the ball, and I think that was just an incredible pass through, unfortunately just offsides. But that's why we've got her in that position, right? That's why we don't have her up top with her back to goal trying to feed Woodard outside or anything like that. You know, we've got her with the ball dribbling at the back line, setting up her teammates, those three wingers, or forwards, I should say. So really like that. Unfortunate that it was offsides, but, I mean, that's the right idea. That's what you want. I mean, that's the formula to success, to getting a win here, to getting another goal, a goal, I should say, in the second half.
And it looks like Catherine Yanos is going to come off injured here, number 14 for the visitors for Swan City. Well, she is able to put a little pressure on that left leg as she gets walked off here with the training staff, but it looks like she's just trying to find the nearest bench and take a seat here as she gets some medical attention, and hoping it's just cramps as they're looking to kind of stretch her out, maybe just a hamstring.
One of the more dangerous players on the ball tonight for Swan City. Certainly not afraid to take the ball on the dribble, which is always scary in a defender.
So it looks like Aliara Rodriguez will come in. Number 20 here in that kind of right back position that Janos was in. And we will resume play. Unofficially, a minute 64. Of course, that'll be piled on to stoppage time. Got a free water break out of that one, which I'm sure the women out there tonight appreciate.
I know Sasha Manders needed it.
True, true. Especially the second half. Really been digging deep. This one's played out. Shieldkraut out to Manders. Lands, cutting back towards the ball. Coming off the line is Banks. Go out and catch that one, but once again, attacking opportunity here for TSC. The dangerous positions in the attacking third here, Trent, that they're getting into.
And that's a quick attack. That started with the back line, dribbled through the midfield, sent out wide to Manders. Manders plays the ball down to Land. I mean, that took a total of 15 seconds, so Reckoning certainly pushing, trying to get that equalizer here in the second half.
Throw in here the near side for the Reckoning. Dumped out of play here by Swan City. New substitute here, Rodriguez. So once again, Sadberry will take this one. Dropped on back here to Thompson. Threaded it through here to Churchill. Nice little touch to get it out around the defender. To spill it back to Griffin. Threaded through back to Churchill. Oh, great little 1-2. Looking for Land. The Flagler-Webster connection giving pursued. Banks. A little casual with it, but then had to tighten up. All she could do was dump it out of play. Manders looking to go quick. Shieldkraut back to Manders. off of Cacique, and it'll be another reckoning throw-in. And they're looking to go. There's definitely some urgency around the reckoning right now. Not that there has not been, but you could tell it's now gone up. You know, if it was a 7, Trent, it's now gone up to 8. So here's an opportunity for the visitors. Thompson had to get back. Huge win. Really well done against Rivera. Juliet Rivera, new substitute here for Swan City. So those are fresh legs that Thompson is having to go up against here. Up to the task, Trent.
I was going to say, and she's been doing this all night, so a little tougher for her. But showing no signs of fatigue, Layla Thompson.
Ooh, rip over the top. Football upright, but that one goes out of play, so no, no question about that from Aguiar. Just like that, a couple good attacking spells, and that's the thing. I feel like both teams have been in that mix, right, of, you know, a couple opportunities here, but then the other team comes right back with it. The only difference is the set play. So I know it feels like an even contest here tonight, but like we talked about, those set plays are huge.
Oh,
As it looks like it just barely went out on that far side. Throw in coming quickly here. Churchill getting back and trying to collapse. Shield Kraut, good win here, but the danger not done. Aguilar trying to go over top to Lucci. Sadberry with the big winner. Second ball. Ooh. Good rip there from Riviera from distance, but a couple yards wide. Dennis is on top of it back there.
that was scary. But look at Kendall, little left back tracking back there and seeing that ball out with her head. Got a little lucky that that wasn't on target. That was a rocket of a shot.
Mm-hmm. Really like Shield Kraut's game here tonight. Of course, you talk about perseverance and coming off injuries, and a lot of the players we've been interviewing at halftime the last couple matches here, Trent, are rehabbing injuries. You know, Shield Kraut makes it really easy to root for. Of course, 22 season, grad year at Rutgers, her senior year at Columbia, both kind of wiped out due to injuries. And then the year before that, her junior year at Columbia, was the COVID season, so that got canceled. So 3 consecutive years where she couldn't play college ball due to injury, or obviously COVID-19 took it away from everybody. But she stayed at it, Trent. Shield Kraut's a fighter.
Still here, still balling. She's getting her flowers.
There you go. Nice little back heel.
Ooh.
Oh! That's a full-blown shoulder right in the spine. Yep,
Yeah.
and that'll draw a yellow. Second yellow here for the visitors. This one's going to be up on Cacique. So third yellow of the night. But no yellows on the field for the Reckoning. 2 of them on the field here for the visitors. Duffy and Cacique, 15 and 16, working with cards in the old pocket.
I realized a few minutes ago they subbed Duffy off. She's not out here currently.
Oh, my mistake.
No, it's okay. I mean, she did have the yellow in the first half, but they took her off so she wouldn't get the second yellow.
Oh, great play by Land to keep it in. Off a defender. Crowd on the edge of their seat. Reynolds from 30. This one deflects out of play, and I believe that should be a reckoning throw. So Woodard looking to go. Nobody in the vicinity. Needs some help. Oh, big throw from Woodard going to Land. Churchill got a boot to it, but last touch by Swan and City, so we thought.
Side
AR
touch.
said corner.
Yeah.
And then it looks like
Interesting.
overruled by the man in the middle. So it'll be goal kick here for the visitors. Minute 70 here from Gene Cox Stadium. Historic venue here in Tallahassee, down on the south side, right next to the North Florida Fairgrounds.
Ooh.
Flick over the head. Nice little piece of class there by Manders, looking for Shield Kraut. Tries to go to the perimeter, but he out for a reckoning throw. Sadberry coming in support, as is Land. Gives way to Manders on the throw. Gets to Churchill. Chest it down. Back to Manders. Still in play. Tightrope down the sideline. Little too much touch there. Another goal kick back to Banks and Swan City. 71st minute. So still got 20 and change here. Probably get some good stoppage, at least so far, due to the injury over here on the near side for Llanos. Looks like she was getting that ankle, iced up, so obviously wishing her the best in her recovery. Square ball to Woodard, taken away here by the visitors. Jump started the attack, Saldana for Swan City. Squared off to one of the new substitutes, Morrison, number 19. Swan City getting to the bench. Handball is called on the visitors. So an opportunity to get some numbers forward. You have the whole front line. Churchill kind of falling in. Almost makes it look like a front four at times. So right below that Childs logo, Thompson's very familiar with. Over the top here. Back into the box, a little too strong, looking for Land. Looking for an airmail from Jacksonville, University of North Florida, on over to Webster University there. Clearance will go back to Tallahassee on the throw. On the attacking half. Substitution pending here for the reckoning. And it looks like Manders going to take a seat. Great work. Great night out of Manders. Well-earned break here. Onto the field, Stelia Diaz. From Trent?
Lincoln Trail College. Couldn't tell you what high school, somewhere in Brazil.
Close. Close. You got the Lincoln right. Lincoln High. She's over the page over at Flagler.
Stella Diaz?
Yeah.
Oh, forgive me.
Absolutely.
I thought she was one of our Lincoln Trail colleges.
A lot of Lincoln going around. Charles and Lincoln. Lincoln Trail College, Lincoln High School. Some pressure here from Land. So excited to see what Diaz can do. Forward, midfield, depending what you need.
Yeah, Paige is straight up a forward now. We are playing with 4 up top.
Yeah, it looks like they've thrown Churchill up into that central forward, and it looks like Diaz is going to fall back into kind of that role that Paige is playing, at least for the time being. So it looks like Swan City's really trying to attack the ball here in the second half. Haven't really got much action to that far side as far as that Woodard area that you saw a lot. That was pretty prolific here for the Reckoning.
They don't want that.
Yeah, the visitors do not. Try to flick onward as Morrison, the new substitute. Reynolds does well to take it away. Secondary ball. Diaz giving chase. Swan City able to plug it through. Nice challenge from Sadberry. Slices it through. Thompson in control.
Kendall didn't even have to do anything to put that girl on the ground, man.
75th. Dennis squares it out. Threading it through. Diaz trying to find Griffin and does. Back into the middle here. Whoa. That's a big collision. Churchill
Holy
pops
cow.
right up, gets the ball, riffs his play on. They're letting him play, I guess, sometimes. Land just this one down. Third ball goes to Churchill. Left-footed chip over the top, tries to get over the back line, looking for Land. And the visitors will take it away. Threads it through back in the area of Thompson. She'll chop it down. Great control. Thompson to Sadberry.
Here we go.
Some pace. Churchill is. Oh, okay, onside. Land. Everybody's on. Woodard in the middle. Hip check out of play, but it'll be a Reckoning corner. Big opportunity here for the home team.
Great awareness there from Kendall. She wanted to send that ball first time but the run was offside. She had to hold it, just kind of improv for a few seconds, and was able to see Land out wide, who was able to take the cross, I guess. It looked like a cross that was sent out for a corner. So big corner here, huge set piece for the Reckoning.
So corner near side. Going to go short. Woodard crashing in. Little 1-2. Service into the box. It's awkward. Swan City will meet it initially. Clearance will get out to the attacking third boundary, but will be brought back into play, and it looked like Swan City is able to expel the danger, but it's out of play, back to the Reckoning. So it looks like they're going to issue a formal water break here. So, of course, with the water break that they had earlier, this will, well, the injury timeout that they had earlier, this will serve as a de facto second water break here, Trent.
I'm sure the girls aren't complaining.
As we run 3 minutes 77. Yeah, man, it's still humid down here, even if it's not super hot. And the thing is, it's only going to get hotter. And it's only going to get more humid. As we're still in May. They're out there giving it their all. Reckoning, a good showcase here tonight. Still in this one. Of course, just a set piece deciding these. In open play, it's been very even. If not, a slight advantage here to the Reckoning.
I would absolutely have to agree. You just hope that one of these chances can be the one to equalize it. There's still plenty of life left in this match.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen crazier things happen with less time.
Absolutely.
So anything can happen tonight.
And the chances they've been generating as well, been very productive. And I think you still got some opportunities, you know, if you want to dip into the bench. You got some options here, Trent.
We've had 4 subs so far.
Mm-hmm.
Still got 3 left.
Absolutely. So you got more you think about could be coming in. You have Fontes Comer could be coming in here as well. And there's one more that I'm missing. On my list. But options abound here for the Reckoning. So where's our moment of brilliance going to come from? That's perhaps the biggest question at the moment.
Not if, but when, huh?
It feels like it's churning that way. Like we
It
said,
does.
soccer's such a cruel game, and oftentimes you don't get paid out for what you put in, but it has the feeling that the Reckoning are rolling that way. And especially for their sake, you love to see them kind of get one on the, of course, tough couple opponents. So last time Reckoning score was versus Brookhouse a couple weeks ago. Of course, here that maiden voyage twice was nice, Trent. Going to need at least 2 here tonight if they want the full 3. Service over the top. What a ball from Churchill. Land on it with the right foot going back into the green. And Banks was up to the task, but a dangerous one. Reckoning on the doorstep. Just need to break the door down.
Close. Jordan Land did great there. Has to take the touch around the defender just a hair too long. Keeper able to corral the ball. But great idea, great ball down to her.
Dang, this one's skating all the way down. Staying in, 80th minute. Advancing play here from the visitors. Dumps it off. Great read defensively here by the Reckoning. Initially clearing danger. Threading it through. Here's Churchill sinking back in. Flips it out to Griffin. Woodard. There's some Woodard. We've been looking for some more play her way. Gets it. Reynolds over the top. Long ball. Looking for Land again. Has enough speed to get onto it. And does. Reinforcements coming. Churchill in the middle. Deflection will get to Churchill. Woodard's there as well. Defender up to the task for Swan City. Reynolds trying to lock in and a counter attack. It's 3-on-4 if the visitors want to run with it. trouble brewing here for the new substitute. Sienna Booth, number 6, now into the match here for the visitors.
She's going to learn, just like all these other ladies, that they're not getting past Layla Thompson tonight, Jupe.
81st minute substitution. Land will take a seat. It's going to be Reese Fontes Gomer. Thread it out. Shield Kraut with a touch. And the visitors try to flip it over their head, but it's out of play. 82nd minute. So with stoppage time, we'll have 10 and something to go. Over the top here. Tried to hit Fontes Comer. Visitors able to scoop this one up. Booth trying to get advancing position on the perimeter. Saldana. Guarded by Griffin. Pressure being put on by the Reckoning. Tried for the pressure point, and it looks like it works. You know, pressure's cumulative sometimes, Trent. It'll add up on you. Churchill. A little bit of flick onwards. Tried to find herself on that one.
Look at her go.
Look at the motor. Tracks it down. Whoa! Shot on frame gets chopped down 25 yards from goal. Some contact on this shot. Ref says play on.
You know, I like it from the ref. She was a little physical going and getting that ball, so the ref allowed the physicality after she had the shot. Don't like to see it. Get the heck off page, but at least it's fair.
So flicked out of play here. Throw in Sadberry. Reynolds back to Sadberry. Goes back in against the grain. It's taken away. Nice dispossess here. Tried to thread it through as Fontes Comer to the outside. Rolling. Here's Diaz. Nice little hesitation. The pass to Woodard wasn't there. Back to Griffin. And that's one thing I appreciate about the Reckoning. They've got some edge to them. They don't mind getting into a physical challenge. They don't mind working for it, going after it. Talk about the pillars, core values of the Reckoning, right? Tenacity is a large part of that.
I think they know if they're going to survive in this league, they're going to have to.
It's a tough league, dude. Oh, good fight by Woodard. Just get it out of initial danger. Swan City's trying to cycle it out of trouble.
Man, Swan City's just holding on to some of these opportunities. Ref gets in the way there. Love that.
Gets hit in the head. He's got to keep that head on a swivel. Got to get some eyes in the back of the head there.
He's probably busy watching one of the 22 players
I'd hope
under
so.
his jurisdiction. Yeah, I would hope so as well.
There'll be a little live ball drop going back here to Swan City. And we're back. This one takes a deflection. Backline will be tested for the Reckoning. Initial
Dude.
lead dispelled. Oh, and that's a miss. Yeah, it hit off Swan City. They just missed it. Like, didn't have the angle. So it'll be a throw in here to the visitors. 85th minute. Clock is ticking here. So you only need one long ball opportunity here for Churchill, for Woodard,
That's all it takes.
to make some magic.
And they're so close, man.
Mhm.
Swan City's just skating away from some of these chances.
Great battle here for Tallahassee. Good
we go.
pursuit by Churchill. Diaz, Woodard, service. Doesn't have enough. Backline gets to it. Diaz flips it up, looking for Churchill. Sadberry getting on the horse. Touch to it, out of play. Swan City ball. Rodriguez, pass it off. There's the crowd. Thank you, crowd.
We missed you.
Of course, looking for a little time wasting. Oh, ref quickly into the pocket.
Oh, that's a double yellow. Right? That's good.
If
That's
it's on
Cacique.
Cacique,
Yeah. Oh.
but it was
yeah.
on the defender to hand it off.
Man. Almost. That would have been crazy the last 5-10 minutes.
But Rodriguez is on yellow. Feels like this whole left side is sitting on yellow here with Rodriguez and Cacique. Almost.
They had 3 yellows in their game on Tuesday. They actually had a double yellow. Resulted in a red for Miss Salazar, who's not here tonight.
You don't see it much in lower league, but they were quick on it. 87th minute. Blast
Whoa.
here. So that'll go into the,
Stratosphere.
yeah. We got 2 balls on the field here. We got to clean up that one over on the back line. There we go.
Big throws from Kendall over and over again. Oh,
Physical challenge. We've seen it all night, all over the park.
yep.
It's been a good battle. This has been a good soccer battle. You can tell these teams are both going at it. Oh, so close to getting over the top. Great run from Woodard there.
Oh.
Churchill, great piece of control. Shield Kraut, Woodard in the middle. She's on in the middle. 12 yards out. Woodard shot on frame. Banks up to the task. That was a great sequence. Great piece of control.
Crowd loves it.
And there's your top line, right? Rutgers, Flagler, Gardner-Webb, all represented really well. That's a nice little build-up. Great sequence. Good save by Banks. Woodard put it in a tough spot. High and drifting towards the outside. This gets back to Dennis. Dennis hasn't seen too much action.
No. I feel like Swan City's kind of laid back offensively, try to contain a little bit more, and they've had to, right? I mean, we've seen the Reckoning really come at them this second half.
Quick throw. Churchill trying to back down the defender. Back into play. Diaz, nice touch. Throws it through, looking for Fontes Comer. Secondary run here from Churchill.
Man.
It's a little too much.
And you can tell, man, she is in shape. She was certainly getting her minutes in at Flagler this season. As a freshman, started all 17 games and scored in 14 of them, Jupe.
Yeah,
4 game-winning goals. She's a big deal.
Absolutely. And that wasn't – because oftentimes in the summer league, especially with players who are playing in the fall, you wonder about not necessarily quality, but form and fitness, right? Regardless of your talent level, those are going to fluctuate. But definitely in form, ready to rock and roll here. There's no question about that.
Well, that's a great point because, I mean, you know, this time of year is really when they start – college athletes start ramping up their fitness programs. So for her to not have been really in soccer shape for the last, 6, 7, 8 months and then to come out here and just be an absolute dominant force for this Reckoning team is something else.
Touch, tried to find it through. Throw in here to Swan City. Saldana will take that one. Here's we go, 89th minute. You would assume with the injuries and the stoppages that we probably get like 4+.
At least, yeah.
You'd hope and think. This one goes all the way back. Woodard giving chase well there.
But as we know, Andrew Jupe, nothing is guaranteed in lower level soccer.
There you go. It's a quite the interesting beast it is. So deemed pre-professional here, so just below the amateur line. So, of course, as it says, before professional, non-professional. So it's kind of uncharted real estate once you get below the professional line. But for those soccer fans out there that like to think about pyramids, this would be the 4th-ish tier on the U.S. pyramid.
Crowd's getting heated up over that missed call.
Here, the women's side. Nice touch by Swan City. They want to roll. Churchill.
Oh, yeah.
Time is of the essence.
Oh.
Chop down. Oh, he thought about it. Aguilar not working on a yellow. Card stay in the pocket. It looks like Reynolds is going to set this one up. Defense is going to hold serve.
She's got to shoot it right.
From
This has gotta go on
42.
goal. She's asking for her yards.
6, and then Thompson. I like this. Thompson getting it into a dangerous position.
She's asking for 10. Come on.
They're holding the 18.
That's a solid 7.
First minute of stoppage time here. No indication of how many we will get. Sends it.
Oh, yeah.
Screamer. Reynolds from 43. Hairs over the crossbar. What a rip by Charlotte Reynolds. That's why she needed all 10 yards, Trent.
Absolutely, Jupe. She knew what she was doing. And, I mean, we knew she was going to go for it because we've seen her do it before
Yep.
in play from set pieces as well.
Yep.
I mean, and it's just a matter of time, whether it be this season or a season later to come, that she's going to net one of those, Jupe.
Oof. That was a screamer, dude.
Closest one yet. I mean, that's got to be 1 to 2 inches max over the crossbar.
Yeah, 6 inches lower, and that's going to be sending off fireworks. Woodard from
Oh, my
distance. Oh, the heat check is catching on. I'm liking this. From 33, Woodard, a couple inches off frame. Oof. It's an official indication that we're getting the old +4 here for stoppage time. Doesn't leave a lot of time here for your hometown reckoning.
It sure doesn't, but there's still time.
True.
There's still life left in the match.
This one slices through here. Diaz over the top. Looking for Churchill. Full head of steam. Sadberry comes in late.
There she is.
Banks down to the turf.
I was wondering when Kendall was going to get up there in the action. She almost tracked that ball down.
Woof. 93rd minute. Over the top. Secondary ball brought down by Griffin. Tried to get it through Shield Kraut. Blasted over the top. Here comes Reynolds. Thompson. Concerning minutes. Oh, here comes the break. 4-on-3 for the visitors. Nicely weighted ball in the middle, but up to the task is Griffin and Reynolds. Dennis slides. Oh, and it looks like they're going to go to the spot.
Yeah.
Dennis coming in, heavy challenge. Precarious positioning. And so it's going to lead to a penalty kick. So this will add a little bit more stoppage time, we hope. So big juncture. We've seen Dennis have some fantastic saves. Does she have one more here tonight to give the Reckoning an opportunity? As Thompson is down, back right around midfield.
Hate to see that. Certainly can make the case that she was the MVP tonight.
It looks like Rivera, number 26, will take the penalty kick. Juliet Rivera for the visitors from Swan City.
And that's tough on Dennis. She's trying to keep the ball in. She knows there's only about a minute or so left of actual game time, so she doesn't want the ball to go out and have to set it down and do a goal kick. She's trying to go on the counter real quick and, just mistimed it.
Late switch here. Flip kickers. Looks like Linton, number 13, who scored the goal earlier today, which is the difference. As this has burned through all the prescribed stoppage time. Shot on frame, and it finds a net. Go 2-0 here to the visitors, and that'll about do it here for the Reckoning, even with a little more time that they'll probably get kicked back here as we creep into 5 full minutes here of stoppage time.
It sure doesn't feel like 2-0, does it, Juke? I mean, this was a lot closer match than 2-0, I feel like. Really could have gone either way. Obviously, Swan City capitalized on their chances.
Yeah, they had 2 good chances, and they capitalized on both, and
That's the
that's what
difference.
it's about.
Yep.
Off and away. Still an opportunity for the Reckoning to get 1, maybe 2 back here, as they might get maybe 90 more seconds going here with the PK and other delays. Woodard wants to throw, going into the middle. Churchill back to goal, trying to control with the right. It gets spilled out here for Swan City, out of play. Griffin trying to take the throw in here quickly. Runner Diaz tried to flick it on. Last touch by Swan City. Another throw in. Getting to 6 minutes to stoppage time. Looking for Woodard. Diaz service going centrally. Churchill on the back door. Shield crowd. Knocked away. Pressure still on. It's still in the box. Spilled out wide by the visitors. Go back to the reckoning. Quick throw. Shield crowd. Back to Churchill. Secondary ball. Sadberry. And that is all she wrote. So we go 6 minutes with a little extra. And that'll put a bow here on the contest. A hard-fought battle. But just an unfortunate ending. As you can't win them all, but that was one that Reckoning had a fantastic effort in, and unfortunately, coming up on the short end of the stick here at home.
Like you said, you can't win them all, but still a great effort in front of your home crowd here, only your second match in team history at home. So I think that was a great showing from the Reckoning. Even though they don't get the goal, or the goals, I should say, it ends up being 2-0. Lily Dennis, unfortunately, gives up the PK right there at the end. But really, it feels like it could have gone either way. So really a good showing, I'd say, from the Reckoning. I have to say the second best game of the season so far, other than that win against Brookhouse. So hopefully they'll look to keep this momentum as we go into our next match. Forgive me, this was the third home match. This is only my second match, so that's why I got it mixed up.
There you go. Absolutely. Good bounce back here from the Reckoning, I think, kind of overall, because you want to know, hey, where's the team at, right? Of course, dropping 0-4 to Florida Elite and then 0-10 on the road, right? Granted, those are two of the best teams, if not just in the division, but the nation, Trent, because we know how packed this division is. But, of course, I thought they responded really, really well here tonight as far as a performance here for a team. Where are you going to go? You know Swan City's solid club. Unfortunately, short end of the stick, right? But as part of the process, young team, building, and this whole Reckoning adventure is about development. You want to see the wins, but we know if the development and the community impact is there, that this beast is going to continue to grow. But I thought we saw some positive signs here, and definitely some exciting things here for the rest of the season for the Reckoning.
And like you said, Jupe, still super early on in this club's history. They're still proving that they belong in a league like this, right? So I think with a match like that, they showed that they can hold their own against Swan City. And we've seen Swan City put together a pretty good game or two so far this season already. So certainly one of the better teams that are in this league. And, you know, they started off the day just one spot ahead of us. We were tied with them on goal differential, so the stinks to give up the loss to them here at home. But still really good showing from the Reckoning. I feel like they belong in this league, and I think it's just a matter of time this season before they are able to turn it around. You.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, of course, still some big-time things coming here forward for your Tallahassee Reckoning. Going to be back here on the 1st is the next home game that we have going here for the Reckoning. So there's still some opportunities if you're not a season ticket holder or a founding member here, that you can still come on out and be a part of the action. Would love to have you out here down at the Gene. Some opportunities to come through. Palm City, I believe, coming through on the 1st. As we're looking for the schedule, which evidently doesn't exist here. But just except for the Reckoning, I was excited about it. A lot to look for going forward. And we still got a long season. Still got many, many games. A lot of conference play here to keep rolling.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got some reads here. We want to give love to our sponsors who, of course, help make this possible, this beautiful venture. Trent, if you want to take it away from us, for us,
Absolutely,
excuse
Juke.
me.
Of course, I'll go ahead and start off with WAGS, who is a nonprofit leader in empowering women and girls to reach their goals using soccer as our platform since 1974. WAGS is a proud impact sponsor of the Tallahassee Reckoning. We are honored to be a part of this journey in the USLW League with this team. We also have Grova Creative. From concept to campaign, Grova Creative helps turn your business ideas into impact. Want to learn how to take your business to new heights with creative strategies, marketing tactics, web design, social media techniques, and digital solutions? Visit grova.com. We've also got Nikau Management, the strategic management authority specializing in women's sports with a client-centric philosophy, providing sustainable solutions for maximum impact. Of course, we can't forget Astro Travel. Astro Travel has been offering Tallahassee charter bus services for over 50 years. Experience the Astro Travel and Tours difference. Safe, friendly, and reliable service every time. We also have Hummel, who is proud to be the official apparel partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning. With over 100 years of experience in outfitting athletes, we're excited to once again be providing the players and fans of Tallahassee with a unique set of jerseys and teamwear this season. A jersey is so much more than just a piece of fabric. It's how we drive our motto of building community through kits. Share your photos of you rocking your Hummel Tallahassee Reckoning gear and tag at Hummel USA to be featured on the Hummel social media channels. FSU Coach is the interdisciplinary center for athletic coaching at Florida State University. We train coaches through our 100% online masters in athletic coaching, as well as offering free education through our podcast and newsletter. Learn more at fsu-coach.fsu.edu. And shout out to Holy Comforter Episcopal. Holy Comforter Episcopal School is the official training field partner of the Tallahassee Reckoning. Holy Comforter is a welcoming and inclusive private school in Tallahassee for children pre-K through 8th grade. And of course, we've got the Tallahassee Reckoning summer camps. Attention, soccer players, sign up for Tallahassee Reckoning summer social soccer camp. This is your chance to have some fun with the future pros of the game and with coaches who have trained, developed, and drafted professional players. Camp starts Monday, June 24th. Learn more and sign up at tlhreckoning.com/2024-summer-camp.
You good for two more, Trent, or are these on me?
No, I got you.
All right. Well, how about the big dogs? Let's get into that title sponsor.
Of
our
course.
buddies from Walk-Ons.
Shout out walk-ons. Tomorrow, we've got the Meet, Mix, and Mingle. The
Hey.
Tallahassee Reckoning players and coaches will be at walk-on Saturday, May 25th at 12 p.m. as they host a watch party of two of the best professional clubs in women's soccer. Barcelona takes on Lyon in the Champions League finals. And of course, Andrew Jupe, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Roysters Storage Trailers. Thank you for sponsoring all of the fun elements and activities off the field at tonight's game and helping create a one-of-a-kind experience. We can mention them.
Absolutely.
Just kidding.
One of a kind of experience it was there for Roysters. Had some great entertainment going for you there as we hear the post game here of the Reckoning. So, of course, well done, Trent. Thank you to our community partners, of course. Can't do it without them. Part of the greatness that the Reckoning kind of have going on here in our little capital city, our little humble town here, our little slice of heaven here in the Sunshine State. Of course, relating with the community, which the Reckoning does so well here. So thank you to our sponsors to help make this possible, to showcase and provide an awesome stage down here at Gene Cox and / Capitol Stadium for those old heads among us, to have a fantastic broadcast for the ladies here, continue to play and grow in the game and in life. As I welcome aboard, come on in, Joe Ward. We missed you at halftime, my man, but we had some MVPs, so we appreciate you giving Hannah and Lulu the stage. They had a fantastic interview, Joe, which you got to go back and watch because they gave some great intel here on the organization and a little bit about their story. And I love a good story. I don't know about you, Joe. But what was the story of the match?
Anything to help promote the team, I'm all for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I want to first say before I do the numbers is Tallahassee played much better in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They had, by my account, they had at least 4 shots that hit the crossbar
Unlucky tonight.
in some form. I think by it's a matter of inches. I think maybe less than a foot. It could have been 4-2.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it is what it is. Free kicks tonight was 15-10 Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
Corner kicks was tied at 3. Fouls 16-11 Swan City. Shots on goal. Tallahassee only had 2 at the break. They had 7 in the second half. They had 9 shots on goal. My bad. 7 for Swan City. Saves 4-2 Swan City. Goal kicks was 18-11. And here's the number that jumps out at me. A lot of side outs tonight. 52-47 Tallahassee. Here, 99 side outs in this
There you
game.
go.
Here, more than I've seen in a men's game.
There you go. It was pretty high octane here tonight, and they really let him play, which I think that kind of bleeds into it. Is you had a lot of game flow. There wasn't a lot of stop and start. It was a physical challenge. They were letting him play. I liked it. Both these clubs were a little physical, but that kind of ratchets up the intensity and kind of a lot of times lends to a better game. Obviously, it's a sliding scale, right? So just like anything, we're trying to avoid extremes. We're trying to avoid a highly legislated game that's super stop and start. They're calling everything. And then we're also trying to avoid a dangerous wild, wild west scenario where people or players are taking agency and making it dangerous for other players.
Well,
we had a great medium balance, I personally thought, tonight.
I thought the same thing. Give it up for the officials tonight. They let them play. Here, it kept the flow of the game going. Not a lot of stops and stops. I like the water break idea. It's hot.
It's hot here. It's Florida. It's the summertime. Thank you. Yes, I totally
Great
agree
idea.
with that.
Great idea. But I think Tallahassee can take a lot from the second half tonight and build on it. First half, I didn't think they played that great, but second half, I thought they played much better, and maybe in some ways deserved a better fate than what they ended up with. But this is a young team. They're going to get better as it goes along. The goal differential, we might as well just throw that out the door because that's going to be a killer all season long. That 10-0 game to Tampa is going to just stand out. They would love to get on a bit of a winning streak to kind of cut into that here, but they just need to just build on something. And I think they got the thing now to build on for the next game.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I mean, I don't think that they had a poor first half. I thought the second half was more electric, and I definitely agree with you that it was improved. I thought it was solid. But with a quality team that kind of we knew Swan City was, Swan City has all the makings of a top 3 team from the spread of games, not only the games online that I was watching kind of streaming, but also seeing, we saw Florida Elite, which is not only the class of the division, it's the class of the nation. They're top of the 80 teams in the nation right now. And but that's the thing is, everybody's going to have to play Tampa. Everybody's going to have to play Jacksonville. So I think some of those goal differentials will kind of flushed under the rug as the schedule evens out, so to speak. But I think Tallahassee's competitive. They're doing some good stuff.
They are competitive.
More importantly, they're building. So one, to me, how do you respond? Because you're coming off a 4-0 and a 10-0 defeat. I thought they, mentality-wise, aggressive-wise, they came in here ready to throw down versus Swan City in a good way. Not in a malicious way, but, hey, let's go give it a game. And really, they dominated the majority open play. It's just the Swan City had 2 really good chances. They took care of the chances. And sometimes soccer's a cruel game. It doesn't always fall even how you think it should. Granted, credit to the visitors. They took care of business, right? But I think Tallahassee played a really good game here tonight.
They did. Like I said, I thought the second half was better. First half, I didn't think they were as aggressive as they could have been. Somebody like Swan City, you got to come out flying here, and you got to. It's a home game here. You got to win your home games, even though you're a first-year team. You must win your home, defend your home turf, and they. I didn't think was as aggressive in the first half.
I think it was stylistically because you had a couple formational changes that kind of come back, and there was a concentration because they didn't want to happen what happened to Brookhouse. Is because Brookhouse came out flying against Swan City, and they got burned. Duffy put 3 in on them. So you saw they switched the defensive arrangement. They were basically shadowing or had a double zone going on for Duffy to make sure she didn't do anything, and she was shut down very effectively.
They did a very good job.
Obviously, Lucci on the wing, she kind of had some explosive moments. Obviously, Linton on the header was able to capitalize, and then I think she ended up getting that PK goal as well. But, kind of in large part, that was by design. And so they had to make sure, hey, let's weather the storm. Let's get through it. And I thought they kind of played into it well, but you can't win them all, Joe, as we know.
No, but like I said, now they got something to build on. Second half, they can build on this and get ready for the next one.
Absolutely. So, of course, on the first, have Palm City, which should be another hot contest, coming into Gene Cox Stadium, and we should have a reserve game as well. So I think we'll be doing a double-header on the 1st of June. Should be a fun one.
Little unusual for me in regards to doubleheaders. I've seen doubleheaders in a lot of sports, but soccer on the same field, that's well, let's just put it this way. It's when it's the same team with men and women here, this be kind of a first for me.
There you go. It'll be a fun ride. Well, we're excited for you to enjoy it alongside of us, Joe. But thank you to all the founding members and the sponsors here tonight. Of course, thanks again to Hannah and Lulu for joining in at a halftime interview. If you didn't see it, same link. Go back and watch a halftime interview. Hannah and Lulu did a great job. Great interview. And that's the thing. The Reckoning are doing a lot of different development on a lot of different areas. Soccer, on the field, off the field. Like, this was a little media training. These players are gonna go play college ball. They're already up and ahead of some of the other players that could be going up against.
And like I said, with them coming in to do interviews with you at halftime, which I did hear them in the next room.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Yeah, right.
Good way to promote the program.
Yes, which we fully embrace. Which is why you should tune back in. You there at home, June 1st, Palm City Americana is coming to town. They should be probably in second place, the Palm City, by the time they circle around back next week. So it'll be a fun one to watch. But thank you to all the powers that be, the leadership at the Reckoning, the community, putting this on. All the best. See you next weekend.
Okay.